All right, everyone. My name is Matt Cardigan, and that's the end of English period. We hope you enjoyed the lesson of the signature and are ready for a well-deserved break. Lunch is up next. The cafeteria is open, waiting for you. Get ready to refuel and today's delicious options. And that's not all. We are being broadcasting live from the school courtyard during lunch. We are catching up with students, checking out the lunch scene, and even give away their prize or two. So once you have found your food, be sure you find us out in this courtyard. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Matt Cardigan. While many of us are enjoying our lunch in the cafeteria, we have Bella joining us alive in our school courtyard, where the weather is beautiful and the mood is great. Thanks, Madsen. It's a gorgeous day out here. The courtyard is buzzing with activities for those looking for a change of scenery, a breath of fresh air, and just some moving space or spread out. The courtyard is a place to be during lunch. We're seeing students playing games like Uno, chess, hopscotch, or simply relaxing on the grass with their friends. It's a great opportunity to get away from usual routine and enjoying the little sunshine. I've been looking at a student named Derek Conchwicks. He is a freshman at the Trinity High School. Derek, what do you like most about lunch inside in the courtyard?
It's so much fun relaxing out here. It's a nice challenge for being indoors all day, and I can catch up with my friends at a more chill environment.
The courtyard offers a fantastic social outlet and a much needed break from the classroom. Just a friendly reminder that everyone make sure you clean up after yourselves, and we can all continue with the best pace. Now to Emily. Who would like to talk with that about Africa during our lunchtime? Let's learn about Africa.
Africa is the world's second largest and the second most populous continent, often called the cradle of humankind. During its rich history of human evaluation, and diverse geography, it comprises 54 countries, featured a vast range of landscapes including deserts, rainforests, savannas, and mountains, and is bordered by the Atlantic, Indian, Mediterranean, and Red Seas, with a young population and abundant natural resources. Africa holds a significant economic potential though it faces challenges related to wealth and development. Africa's total land area is approximately 11,724,000 square miles, and the continent measures about 5,000 miles from north to south and about 4,600 miles from east to west. It's only extremely in Agrium points near Alabama Point. Tunisia is a standing extremely in Cape Aglaas, South Africa. It's the farthest point and have fun point near Cape Guardafui, Somalia, and the west extremely is Adamantium Point. On Cape Verde, Senegal. In the northeast, Africa was joined to Asia by the Sinai Peninsula until the construction of Suez Canal. Paradoxically, the coastline of Africa, 18,950 miles, in length. It is shorter than that of Europe because there are few inlets and few large bays or gulfs. Of the coast in Africa, of the number of islands associated with the continent of these Madagascar, one of the largest islands in the world, is the most significant. Other smaller islands include the Seychelles, Socotra, and the other islands in the east. The Comoros, Mauritius, the Reunion, and the other islands to the southeast Ascensions, St. Helena, and Tristan da Cunha to the south. Cape Verde and Bahamas Islands, Bioko, and the Sao Tome and the Principe of Rest, and the Azores and the Madeira and Canary Islands in the northwest. The continent is cut into almost equally into by the equator, so that the most Africa lies with the tropical region, bounded on the north by Tropic of Cancer and on south by Tropic of Capricorn. Because the bulge formed by Western Africa, the greatest part of Africa's territory lies north of the equator. Africa is crossed from north to south by a prime meridian, which passes a short distance to the east and Accra, Ghana. Inequality of Greece are said to have cancelled the continent. Libya and Romans had to call it Africa, perhaps from the Latin Africa or the Greek Aprek. That means the name Africa, however, was chiefly applied to the north coast of the continent, which was in effect regarded as a southern extension of Europe. The Romans, who for a time ruled in North African coast, are also said to have called in areas south of the sediments Africa, of the lands of the Afriques. The name of Berber communities south of the Carthage. The whole of Africa can be considered a vast plateau rising steeply from narrow coastal strips and consisting of the ancient crystalline rocks. The plateau surface in the higher on the southeast and the tilts downward toward the northeast. And general plateau may be divided into the southern portion and the west and the northwestern portion. The northern part, which includes the Sahara, and the part of the North Africa known as the Maghreb, has two mountains regions. The Atlas Mountains in northwestern Africa, which are believed to be the part of the system that exists to South Europe, and the Hagar Mountains and the Sahara. The southeast part, which is the plateau, includes the Ethiopian Plateau, in eastern Africa Plateau, and in the eastern South Africa, where the plateau edge falls downward, and the scarp on the Drakensberg Range. One of the most remarkable features in the geologic structure of Africa is the East African Rift System, which lies between 30 degrees and 40 degrees east. The rift itself begins northeast of the continent's limits and extends southward from the Eritrean Red Sea coast from the Zambezi River basin. Africa contains the enormous wealth of mineral resources, such including some of the world's largest reserves of fossil fuels, metallic ores, and gems and precious metals. This richness is matched by a great diversity of biologic resources that includes the intensely lush equatorial rainforests of Central Africa and the world's famous population of wildlife and the eastern and southern portions of the continent. Although agriculture still dominates the economic might of many African countries, the exploitation of these resources became more significant economic activity in Africa in the 20th centuries. Climate and other factors have exerted considerable influence on the patterns of human settlements in Africa. While some areas appear to have been inhabited more or less continuous since the dawn of humanity in enormous regions, notably the desert areas of northern and southwestern Africa have been largely occupied from the long periods of time. Thus, although America is the second largest continent, it contains only 10% of the world's population and can be said to be back underpopulated. The greater part of the continent has long been inhabited by black peoples, but in historic times there are also have occurred major emigrations from both Asia to Europe. All foreign settlements in Africa that are the Arabs have made by greatest impact that as the Islamic religion, which is Arabs carry with them, spread from North Africa into many areas such as south of the Sahara. So many Western African people are the now largest Islamic. This article treats the physical human geography in Africa, followed by the discussion of the geographic features of special interest for discussion of individual countries on the continent. See such as our articles of Egypt, Madagascar, and Sudan. African regions are treated under the titles Central Africa, Eastern Africa, North Africa, Southern Africa, and Western Africa. These articles are also concerned of the principal treatments of Africa, historical and cultural development for discussions of the major cities on the continent. See such articles as Alexandria, Cairo, Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Kinshasa. Related topics are discussed in the articles African literature, South African architecture, African art, African dance, African music, African theater, African art, and architecture, and Egyptian Islam arts, Islamic and Islamic world. For an overall, when countries in Africa were established or became independent, see list of Africa's countries' independence dates. All right, Tigers, that wraps up on those lunches. We got a fantastic recess coming up next, so get ready to head outside for some fun games, and let's make a great one.